Is it your Fireflies?
It's just my note-taking thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. There's there's quite a few of them around. I see uh ChatGPT have got just brought out and a note taker as well. If you've got the desktop version, it only works on Mac OS at the moment. But if you've got the ChatGPT app,
Yeah,
it'll record all your conversations or stuff on your desktop, and then it'll give you a summary.
that's cool.
Um, um, and they also brought this really cool thing out called Connectors, uh, which is available everywhere in the world apart from the EU and the UK
Yeah,
due to regulatory
that's what happened with
issues.
Sora, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mm.
there's some, I know these guys are meant to be protecting us. The trouble is we don't trust them to do that, do we? We just think they're just trying to look busy and put in regulation in the way of us using connectors is something that's connecting ChatGPT between, well, ChatGPT and any other app. That they've got a massive list of apps they'll connect into, including your files. I guess that might be a concern, but you could decide what you want it to be connected to. So it's not like it's well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an expert on privacy or anything.
I'd like it to connect to my SQL server, please.
Yeah, it probably would. Because even if it doesn't, if it's not on the list, it'll still allow you to connect.
Um,
Um,
it
do
would be
stuff.
very good to be able to issue a prompt and say, search for this, that, and the other in my SQL system.
Yeah,
And
I
it would
think
just
I
do
think that's the
really,
idea of it. I think that's
um,
one of the main purposes of it. So we shall see. Um, we'll probably get it in a few weeks. So it depends on how they go. Anyway, as what we do usually, we normally go around the room and introduce ourselves. So we don't want your life story, just what it is, just what it is you do, and how you use AI, if you do use AI, or how what would you like AI to do for you if you don't do that? So, um, Shirley.
Hello. Hello there. My name is Shirley. I work in health and wellness, and I work with people who want to change their life because they haven't got enough money or they haven't got enough time. So I enjoy working with them to make sure that they get whatever it is they need whilst they're looking good, looking fabulous, and living well. That's the short version.
Okay, good. And,
Oh, and I'm very rarely using AI, even though I'm told I should use it more.
okay, good. You're in the right place. Dave, tell us about you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Dave Caudle. I'm a career coach. I help people go to work with a smile on their face. So I help people who are either stuck or unhappy and don't know what to do next get unstuck and find work that they enjoy doing. I do use AI a bit. I found a nice little tool called TurboScribe.ai this week, which I just used it. I had a half an hour Zoom presentation that I've recorded. And it transcribed it in less than 5 minutes. And it was quite a decent transcript. So that's a nice little tool. But there
Yeah,
we go. That's me.
the Turbo Scribe, is that do you have to input of MP3 to it, or does it record your meeting?
No, so I just uploaded the audio recording of my Zoom. So I
Oh,
recorded a Zoom session, and then
okay,
you get the video file and the audio file. I just
right,
uploaded the MP3 audio file and it transcribed it.
okay, brilliant. So, yeah, yeah, no, that's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Is it free or is it paid?
It was free at this point. Yes, it
Yeah,
looks like you can do. It gives you sort of credits of 4 or 5. I'm not sure if it's a day or a week, but I thought this is plenty for me. I'm
yeah, that's
never
right.
gonna. While the rules stay the same, I'm never gonna have enough to want to pay for it.
No, because I've seen a lot of new AI facilities come online, and then they're always free, and then they
Yeah,
suddenly till you fall in love with them, and then they start whacking on the charges. You know, so it's,
Cost of love, eh?
that's right. That's right. So, Mike.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Mike Granger, I'm a financial planner. I'm with Genistar. I use AI every day pretty well, mostly for social media posting. I use a particular program which is very effective, but recently I've got interested in agents, and I'm actually in the process of trying to put my own agent together to answer the phone for me. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, yeah, I was Shirley. You know, what's his name at Croydon?
Adam,
Adam. That's it. Yeah, yeah. He's actually specialised his business into answer machines for businesses, but he's having trouble finding a good market, isn't he? Because we don't. You need to be like at least a medium-sized business before you want something that's going to answer the phone and answer all the queries. And people are still not too sure about it, you know, whether it's a good idea or not, aren't they? Because if the AI answers the phone, and you can just talk to it naturally, and it gives you the answers naturally, that's the idea. But it's small businesses don't really use it. We've only got like most of us have just got mobiles, and we don't get that many calls, you know. Whereas a bigger business may get more calls, and this thing is supposed to replace the receptionist, and it's just a little tiny box like that just plugs into the phone line, and you just dump all your company information into it, and it's be interesting to see where that goes. Stephanie.
I was going to say that I used to have a Zoom switchboard that I could actually route to theoretical people like support and sales and stuff. And all the voices, I actually typed them out and recorded them through AI. So the whole switchboard was AI, which is pretty cool. So I'm Stephanie, 32-year veteran web developer. I use AI all day, every day, because it's baked into the very heart of Splugit and Your PCM, my two SaaS products.
Okay, perfect.
With a third coming soon. If I can get my finger out and start coding.
Okay, and Andy.
Yeah, Andy, Web Success Insights, help companies get more from their websites. My recent AI experiences have got stuck in the middle of a project for someone who wants to create an AI search visibility product. And it's become interesting because they're dealing with these people in another country who I don't think are good enough. Might have a conversation with Steffi on this, to be honest. But the nuts and bolts of it is someone, you know, it's like everyone wants to know what they're visible for, and AI engines. But if they sell, you know, widgets, etc., people aren't going to search just for widgets. They're going to search for companies who sell widgets in UK with good reviews or whatever, all sorts of permutations. So the thing we're working on is a way of analysing all that stuff and putting it back to people. But it's fun. And I don't know where it's going, and I don't know whether I'm dealing with the right people at the moment, so that's quite a challenge.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, it is a challenge. The changing, because SEO is going to be changing, isn't it? And it's changing.
It's getting to an MVP where we can see the very basic guts so it works, and then expand out from there.
Yeah,
make it affordable for small businesses to spend on.
Mm. Yeah, it's all been seen. Gavin, we can see you today.
I know. I couldn't get the camera at first, and I rang my IT bloke, and he said, "I'm just going fishing." So he said, "Ring me tomorrow," but I've got it back, so I'm thrilled. How, I don't know, but doesn't matter, does it?
No.
So good morning, everybody. My name's Gavin Bain, and I'm developing a team working with the leading company in the world that turns plastic into oil. And it's the best fun I've ever had in my life. Anyway, with regards to AI, I first came across it, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months ago, in terms of ChatGPT that somebody told me about, and I use it for everything now. What I did find interesting, and what I quite enjoy it, is that it gave me a fantastic profile, which I couldn't believe, but now I sent that to somebody and they said, "Oh, what a career, Christ, come on board." So Anyway, I've got a brilliant team forming, and in that team is a guy who has been using ChatGPT Professional for a year, and he has produced some absolutely amazing stuff. So I thought I'd better get up to speed. What I endeavor to do always is surround myself with people that are better at doing things, certain things than I am. And he's just one prime example. So I'm just here to get up to speed so that I can perhaps be a bit more au fait with it all and know what he's talking about. So thanks a lot. Look forward to hearing all your contributions. You sound way ahead of me, but I know it's where I've got to be. So that's why I'm here. Thanks, Dave.
Perfect, thank you. And I'm David Harris. Apart from running this meeting, I'm a WordPress guy. So and I do use AI quite a lot. It's a huge time saver when you're doing even the simplest sort of CSS or any sort of coding. Sort of JavaScript, anything. It's absolutely brilliant. Or just discussing problems. Like, yeah, you hit a problem that used to take you maybe half an hour to debug. You can just sort of debug it in seconds now. You just tell it this, just give it a screenshot. If I'm using Elementor or Oxygen or a page builder of some sort, I just describe the problem, give a screenshot of what I'm facing, and then off it goes and gives me the answer. Usually, not always, but it usually gives me a good answer pretty quickly. So that's me. Okay. Now this what's happened in the last 2 weeks? It's been a lot of companies were shut down this week, and ChatGPT have shut down for the week, or their main offices, OpenAI, I should say, because it was 4th of July last week. So they decided to have a week off, but give their staff a bit of time at home. So it's kind of an enforced holiday. I expect that comes out of their entitlement. It's a bit like here, when you're forced to have 2 weeks off in the middle of winter around Christmas. So nobody wants that time off, but they're forced into having it. So anyway, so not much had happened from ChatGPT. You've got those two things we discussed earlier, which is the two new features they brought out that you can access if you're on a Mac. I'd have fired up my Mac partition if I'd have known, but and seen if it works. But it looks pretty good from what I've seen on YouTube. Excuse me. So what's happened this week? Oh yeah, Microsoft Pilot PCs. Has anyone seen anything about those? Because last month Microsoft unveiled a new category of Copilot Plus, called Copilot Plus PCs. They're being made by Dell, HP, and Samsung, and they've got built-in AI chips, AI hardware, just designed to run tasks directly on the device for enhanced speed and privacy, it says. So so it's not actually taking away from the machine's resources, it's running on its own chip. We have heard this, we have seen these announcements before, but it's actually a reality with sort of Microsoft's latest PCs.
I've got one of those chips in my new laptop. It's called an MPC or something, neural.
Yeah.
Although I've not seen it doing anything, but it's in there.
Yeah. You're supposed to be able to just chat away. I mean, I haven't used one, so I don't know. But you're supposed to be able to just chat away to the PC as you're working. You could have your earphones in and just be talking to it and telling it what you want to do next, and it'll just quickly do it. I'm looking for this file. Open up this file. Sort of open up that folder, and it will just do all these things really quickly for you as you're working. So that's that would be good. I can see that would be useful.
Yeah, but that means I have to use Cortana.
Yeah, I don't know what the interface is. It just says Copilot, but I don't know if it's because it's on PCs, it's just called Copilot now, isn't it? So it's because I'm still running Windows 10, but there's there, and then there's and what else have we got? LinkedIn. it's got new AI features. It says, again, I haven't seen it, but it's rolled out some new AI powered tool for small business owners who are hiring. So it's just about creating job descriptions and things like that. And Apple Intelligence. I haven't used Apple Intelligence because my iPhone doesn't go up to the right. I haven't got a brand new iPhone 27 or whatever it is you need to do it. So
My SE2 will never do it, unfortunately. But I love the fact that it was the last one with the thumb scanner on it.
all
I
right.
don't want to change
Yeah. So mine's the Apple Stupid and not the Apple Intelligence
it.
until such time as we finally upgrade. But it's supposed to have a smarter Siri and some writing tools and image generation as well. I don't know. They must have partnered with somebody. ChatGPT, I think. So yes, they have. They partnered with ChatGPT. So and it's integrating with ChatGPT. So yeah. So I think that's pretty good. Luma Labs have recently done upgraded their Dream Machine AI video generator. I haven't had a play with that yet, so we'll put that in another week. And Meta have got new AI tools for advertisers as well. I don't know. Again, I don't use Meta advertising, so I can't comment on that really.
Have you hear what Meta have done? I think it was on the front page of one of the newspapers. They've poached somebody from OpenAI and they've paid him $200 million.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? You know, he was one of the model team, so he actually put some models together. So basically, Zuckerberg's poached his competition and paid him $200 million to do it.
200 million. I mean, sort of when I was a kid, that was a lot of money. So let's go. I just before I came on, hold on, I'm going to show you this first because have you heard of WebSim? Because I just thought this was not at all productive, but it was so cool that I'm going to share it. So there's let's have a look. I need to share the sound, I think, otherwise it won't be as good. It's there's this thing called WebSim. It's all right. I've just got that little blue circle of nothingness going around in the middle. Can you see that?
Can now.
Yeah. And the thing I thought was really cool. I played with a few of these and they're good, but I just the old XP desktop. It's just the sound is cool, you know. But I mean, got the old. The apps even work, you know, because it's got Minesweeper and.
I never got that game. I didn't understand it.
All right, okay. You've got to click the squares and not get blown up, and each tells you how far away you are from a mine. So I thought that was good, and the file manager is a bit of fun. About viruses and things. Totally not a virus. I'll double click on that, but I don't think I will because I think they work. Not actually on my computer, but on the simulator, and the old Mario as well. So you're on like a Windows 10 on Chrome running a simulator that's simulating a now I was always crap at this in the past, and I'm happy to say I'm as crap now as I was. Lost a life already. I mean,
I think I'm ready to jump across.
I did do it earlier. Where's it going? I've decided you do have to jump on a monkey. Oh, for God's sake.
Not that funky.
Good thing you're good at web development.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, for God's sake. I'm going to give that up.
Yeah,
Let's just-
don't quit your day job.
No. Let's just say I'm rubbish at Mario. So no. But it's got lots of other apps in there. There's a few people who've done XP desktops, but I mean, there was one useless one called Corridor, and you just walk down it, and it's just a corridor, and it's a never-ending corridor. You just keep going down and down and down and down. So people like these desktops. So yeah, I thought that was pretty useless, but I thought it was funny. So that was called WebSim. The other thing, old music. Google have thrown their hat in the ring. If you were around yesterday, you would have seen how good I thought that was. Google Music. I'm going to share my screen again actually because I'll have to share the sound as well. So, feeling lucky. I can't remember what I keyed in yesterday. Steam punk jazz tune. Let's just see what it comes up with, because it's didn't take too long yesterday. Only took a couple of seconds, but so I'll come back to that if it's going to do. So there's this. We'll come back to that in a second. This group has done really well this week. Pretty rubbish, huh? Anyway, back to the Velvet Sundown. They're an AI that they've been totally made up, but because of sharing and everything else, in the last week they've got 1.3 million listens on their record.
Wow.
So it's and it's kind of quite fascinating, really, how they've done it. It's all been done through Suno, and then you can use an agent to upload your music to Spotify, and it was quite interesting how it was all done, and it's got me thinking because although the main track is okay. And even these others are quite high, decent amount of views.
Is Spotify monetized?
Yeah.
They can make a lot of money off that 1.3 million.
Yeah, they've been monetized, so they are indeed making money.
You should do a Copper's Knob album because you got.
I know exactly. That's what I was thinking, and I may well do that. And then, we've got they've got their Instagram page with all these fake all these but I would say if you look at that picture there, that they're all holding different paddles. The paddles have got different tops. Some of their life jackets are different. He's got 2 straps on his, he's got 3 on his. They kind of, and his face looks a little bit weird, the way the eyes go. I know some people don't take, but the thing I think is the funniest is that the way people are fighting this is by putting bad remarks on their Instagram posts, saying, you know, criticizing the fact that they're using AI, not realizing that all the interactions they're giving
Yeah,
are
boosting
actually
them.
boosting their page, you know,
Mhm.
saying this is crap, this is rubbish, you know, you should be you know, we want real music, not this. And this guy looks different. But they are pretty similar actually. They've done a good job, a reasonable job with the his face is a bit distorted in there. So you would, if you know what to look for, you would say it's you would recognize it as being AI. But they haven't said it's AI. They've said it's not. It's been used on Instagram. You're supposed to state whether something's AI or not, and they haven't. So, but I expect somebody will complain about it. There's, and they got they're very snugly next to each other with the piano. I haven't counted the number of fingers because sometimes that's a giveaway. But there's but yeah, it's fascinating how they've done it um because you can that's in, because you can create this you can easily create these things on Suno. I mean I'm creating a video at the moment about a biscuit dunking duel. You know, I'm having awful trouble creating the images, but the music, it just the very first song it came up with, I thought, yeah, that's all right. I'll use that. Oh, so there's if you don't know Suno, you can just create anything you like. You can create a persona so you get a similar sound or a similar person singing. So if you find one that you like sing, I do find a lot of the music sounds the same, like things that other people have created have actually sounded fairly similar because you can get it to you can get it to write the lyrics for you. You can add your own lyrics if you want to, or you can get ChatGPT to write them. But it does a pretty good job. So uh, my cat is on fire. Right, so you could have and you could put anything you like it. You can put instrumentals or you can put in your the style of music that you want. Um, Jazz swing is a sort of favorite of mine. Um, Put in your own titles. It'll do. My cat is on fire anyway. And then and then you just and that's it. There are so many options to put inside this style description. I'm going to do it, and you can describe your whole story in here, and it'll write the lyrics for it. So and you just click on create, and off it goes. It'll create two songs. Um, I mean, I've been using them as backing tracks of obviously if you're just creating the music and then uploading it somewhere. I'm wanting people to listen to it. Some people just there, and it's as soon as it's started, it'll give you the chance to.
My cat's the comet, tail in the night, blazing paws with sparks and flight, eyes like embers glowing bright. This house is chaos every night. My cat's the comet, tail in the night, blazing paws with sparks and flight.
Yeah, I have got I've got personas. I've got a rock band called Piston Broke. I've got a singer called Angelica Blowhard. I've got Tallulah Vane, and I've got Ellington Steele, who's my jazz singer. So there's so we've got
What was the name of the trumpeter? Windy Bellows or something?
oh yes, that's right. Yeah. What's she called? Look it up.
I quite enjoyed the reverse trumpet.
Yeah, the reverse drum.
It's very steampunk.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be much limit to how much.
Cat is on fire, tail like a torch, leaping off the counter,
It's
straight
got
off
the smooth velvet you've always had it in. So.
streak of lightning, a comet of flame. My living room's chaos, but you got no shame.
So yeah, so then basically you just create your music and download it. So I mean, it's you can extend your music. You say, well, I don't like it from or it's too short sometimes. You can just extend it, and it'll extend it from the exact point that you give it, you know, to the exact second, and then it'll write another bit. It'll write an extension to that. So but this one it's finished. That second one is 3 minutes 6. This one's 2:20. So if I was using that, and that was 2:14, so I would extend those if I was using those for a video. And then you just download them, and then you can just you can't upload directly to Spotify. You have to use an agent, but they start from £25 a year. So it's not it's not too bad. You just have to put in some details like the songwriter and things like that. So it's because Matt Wolf did it. If you want to see how it's all done from start to finish, you can have a look at Matt Wolf's videos. He's got one where he created one live on YouTube. Yeah, I can't. Can I see my history? I can't remember now. He created a group called Nork, and anyway, if you just look at Matt Wolf on YouTube, you can see how it's all done from start to finish. He shows you how he built all the details about building the music on Suno, and then how he got it published and the details he had to put in. I think it was like $25 a year for the basic one. You know, you can pay. I think the most expensive one was only $90 a year, and you got all the stats and everything. Whereas the 25 was just he was only demo in it. So there is like not a conspiracy theory. There's a theory that Spotify are not discouraging this because if eventually they'll be able to create their own music and put it up and get it searched, because a lot of that music gets up there through recommendations and people click across on recommendations, and that's how YouTube works. That's how Spotify works. Is a lot of people click on those next recommendations on the right hand side, and there's this theory that Spotify, why would they not create their own AI music if people are going to listen to it, and younger generations seem less bothered about the fact that it's AI, and as long as they like it, they'll be listening to that. Then they won't have to pay commissions out to the Ollies and the Wombles other superstar, other super groups, you know. So that's interesting. I think that's a bit, it's a little bit scary because obviously, although, you know, there are some groups who have got plenty of money already, I think it's going to eventually, if you go down that road, it's going to destroy that artisticness. So, would you listen to AI music?
No,
I think I would, yeah, if it's a certain genre. Yeah.
I've listened to your stuff, David, that you've created, and I quite like it.
Mm,
But then you put the effort into tie it into a video, and you know,
Yeah.
so to me, that's actually a really good use of it. I don't think I'd want to download an AI album,
no,
especially if I can probably create it myself. You know,
yeah, because it's I think it's I I'm a little bit wary of it, even though I am creating it myself. But I'm doing it as a fun thing with video, like say like a package, if you like. It goes with it. And if you try and use some other music on YouTube, you'll run into there's no way of using or even paying to use other people's music on YouTube. Just somebody like me, you know, like a small creator to use that music. There are sometimes clips you can use up to 60 seconds, but so you're left with either having a series of clips or just making your own music up to go with that video, if that's what the channel's about, you know.
I think I'll be up for an experiment. So if someone said, right, okay, in the background, have this music playing, it's going to be various different tunes. They're probably things I haven't heard before. And just so that I see what pricks my ears up as I'm listening through it. And then I go and see if it's human or AI generated after that. I think that would be fascinating.
Yeah, yeah. There's I know the like spiritual music and stuff for meditating with tends to be a bit a lot of that is AI generated now, but it's mostly plink plonky anyway, isn't it? It's not really
Yeah.
it's not really a tune to get you up and dancing. It's a tune to there. But yeah. No,
Yeah. Or it's just a hum and then the occasional sort of whatever it is in the background.
yeah. But the sound of you know, the sound of the Velvet Sundown, as it were, they're sort of that's a very familiar sound, and you can replicate that yourself.
I
'Cause
wouldn't
if you
be
don't-
surprised if musicians were using something like, sorry, Sonar, and then wouldn't it be really cool if it was like a MIDI conversion tool? So then they could download it to their own system and play around with it and adjust it and actually turn it into their own music using their own instruments.
yeah,
That'd be a really good connector for OpenAI.
yeah. I suspect, yeah, I suspect there must be something. I'm not really, I'm not. I mean, my Sharon's cousin is all into music. He's got a studio and he does use online tools. So I mean, it's about like if you're a musician, just making your own music, for instance, and you're just a singer, you can give yourself a backing track to you can add in people playing music without having to employ a band, which again you might say is a bad thing, but in a lot of those cases, that music would never get made. So I mean, because because you're just a guy with your computer and a microphone singing, and it's interesting. Interesting to see how that goes.
So do you buy art because you like the art or it's an expensive thing?
Yeah,
You know, different people do different things, don't they?
well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, I would, I would, I would buy a picture because I liked it. You know, although I don't have 100 million to buy Van Gogh's Sunflowers or something or whatever it is. Is it Van Gogh's? Yeah. You know, because I think a lot of these pictures that are worth hundreds of millions, to me, if it was a print, I wouldn't have it on my wall. You know, it's not. I'm not overly impressed with them. So I think it's just because of the value, or because they're painted by Van Gogh rather than that they look fantastic.
Mm.
Um, Leonardo. I can find my window. 71. Web sim we did. Oh yeah, Leonardo. There's I've seen a lot of people, you know, like you used to ask people ages ago what's their best image creator, and a lot of people would have say Midjourney, and they still do. But I've seen a lot of these bigger names saying that Leonardo is pretty good. So I was going to try it because I've had a bad experience with Midjourney lately. I just can't get it to break out of a cycle of giving me crap photographs. So I'm just gonna you can they're reasonably generous with their free stuff. It's leonardo.ai, and we've got let me I'm not showing my screen now. They they're reasonably generous. I think they give you 150 credits every day, and it depends on which they've got different models to create your images. And although I'm aware of Flux, the various Flux ones, and I have used Phoenix before, Lucid Realism is the one that most people, it's got a ChatGPT image there as well. Don't know how much they charge for that, but you can get it at 60 credits, so you'll only get 2. So Lucid is 60. So I was just going to try because on Midjourney these rubbish photographs, and I've tried all sorts of things to get it. I'm just going to copy the prompt, and I'm getting these dull photographs, and whatever I key in, they're not coming out like realistic. I've even said realistic color photograph. I get the odd one that's like a photograph, and no matter what prompts I put in, you know, it doesn't work. So so I'm just gonna try Lucid Realism, and we'll see what it does. Because I have used I was doing 4. It's okay. So it's taken 60 credits, and I've done the wrong size. I've done square rather than 16:9, but never mind. Actually, that's that's an error with my prompting over a cup of tea, but it's come out pretty good. I should have said that they each got their own cup of tea, and they do. He's a bit girly fingernails there. I'm not sure about those, but otherwise it's not bad. Midjourney is a bit more generous with the boob sizes.
I was going to say that's a bit flat-chested for you.
A bit flat-chested.
By boys, coded by boys.
Yeah. Whereas these, even though the pictures are rubbish, even though the pictures are rubbish, they've got they're more
Lord, look at those noughts.
they got more amply Yeah, so I mean it's so I think that's pretty good. So I'm definitely going to give I shall give Leonardo a go and see, because it's and then it's getting, they also do videos as well, but we'll see how that goes.
Leonardo was the first image generator I used.
Yeah,
I was really impressed when it first came out.
yeah, that's right. And it says one couldn't be delivered due to content moderation.
Probably had a boobs out.
Possibly. But over hovering over a cup of tea that is on the table. How do I word that? Hovering over cups of tea that are on the table.
Need to take the out from before cups.
Okay. Well, let's give it another go with my last 66 zonkers. Let's be interesting. And you've got different size images. Actually, I could have probably don't know how that works out though. Do you get seven? Is it 17 per image? Okay. So now they've both got a cup of tea. It's they've got no tea in their cups, which is a shame. He's they've got two biscuits, but the quality of the image is pretty good. I think I think I could live with that. So I'm going to give that a go, and I have tried various things. I wasted out my VO credits yesterday. There's just because if you've on Gemini, you can have three lots of VO. Okay, this I didn't ask for a magician. And VO puts in sound as well. So I said create a 69 aspect color video of a steampunk couple, each of them holding a biscuit between thumb and thumb over a cup of tea. That is on the table. They're looking at each other. She's beautiful, Victorian, blah, 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 blah. They dunk their biscuits in the tea for a couple of seconds, bring them out. The top half of the gentleman biscuits plop back into the tea, and they both laugh. I thought that was very specific, but
Oh dear.
Well, that's one way to enjoy your biscuit.
it just disappears, right? It pops
He's a
out.
magician.
And his biscuit just disappears right at the end, like he's a magician.
Oh dear.
Well, that's one way to enjoy your biscuit.
She's got two biscuits.
Did you see that?
My biscuit.
My biscuit.
Why is it? Did you give it in?
Did you see that?
I don't know what that's all about. So this is my last shot yesterday.
Oh dear.
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Kind of, but not quite. So yeah. So I think that's got. I think that's got, it's either my prompting or it's there. But I was gonna take the sound out anyway, because I mean because I've mentioned tea and Dunkin', they've all got most of them have got British accents, so they tried to give them British accents, especially the first one, which I thought was interesting because they normally come out with American. So not quite as successful as my steampunk donkey from a few weeks ago, which I need to think of a scenario to use me donkey.
You
Apart from
put
the
the
last-
donkey in different scenarios. So the donkey comes to the city and he does like all the tourist things,
Yeah,
put it in different scenarios.
yeah. I have to think about that because that did work. That did work pretty well. But there, okay. Google Studio's still free, AI Studio. You can use more or less any if you use the AI Studio, you can use more or less any Gemini model, but if you go to Gemini, you're only if you haven't got if you haven't got a paid account, you're restricted. So you can use VO. You can use VO on Gemini. You can use it on Canva, but you're very limited to the number of generations you can have. And I found with all the others, it's very hit and miss with videos. I can for my $8, I can create thousands of images, but I can only create a handful of videos. So if until the price of videos come down, the text to video is not really a thing. You can upload a reference image now on almost everything, but it doesn't seem to take a lot of notice of it. So yeah. Anybody else create images?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, ChatGPT mostly.
Yeah.
I do for all my blog posts.
Yeah. I must admit, ChatGPT has got a lot better. As soon as I mention the word steampunk, it always puts this brown overlay, to try and make it atmospheric. But I don't want that shit. I wanted it like proper color. I have to keep telling it, and I tell it, and it says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that," And so then it produces one that's great, and then the next one's okay, and then it goes back again to it reverts back to the brown wash. I said I didn't want that,
I created a problem inadvertently by showing my son how you could create Lego minifigure images on ChatGPT on my desktop, which he loved because then I printed them off for him. And then I got the wife to put ChatGPT on her phone, and she's got the free version. So after a while, you get limited. And so he, being autistic, is going nutty because it runs out after a while. So it's caused all sorts of problems.
Yeah. You have to. Can you pay for the next?
Yeah.
I like the images that the API is creating using the GPT image 1 model. It seems to have nailed down hands now, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I do find it a bit more expensive. So a couple of people have said in your PCM, can you update the AI and the image model and stuff like that? But I'm thinking I might have to go back to a token basis on that because it's quite expensive,
What's it charging then, roughly?
16p an image.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, and the thing is, if people are sitting there going, oh, that's not quite right, I'll regenerate it. That's not quite right, I'll regenerate it. It's not an issue in Splogger because people are paying me 150 quid a month to do it. It's fine, so I can refine it. But in your PCM, in the AI bit in there, somebody could be paying me 10 quid a month. And then they'll sit there and regenerate 10 images and it's cost me a bloody fortune, So I'm not really too sure what to do with that.
Well, I guess you can only limit it to a certain amount of generations of certain types of things, can't you?
Yeah.
And then they pay more on top.
Well, I was thinking of putting it back into a token model.
Yeah.
Then on the beginning of the month, I'll just credit everybody 25 tokens. Or top them back up to 25 tokens. If you pay for more, that's fine, So I think that's probably the only fair way I can do it.
Yeah, because I quite like the token model myself, because I use the things where you've got a low, like Kling AI, where it's what is my main go-to thing for generating videos. It's about £8 a month, $10, and then you want extra videos, you top up, but they don't nail you for huge prices. You can get a decent amount. It's about 35 credits for one video, and nearly every video is usable. So because I'm uploading a reference image and it sticks pretty faithfully to that, and the prompting adherence is really good. So I get to use most videos. So for another $5, which is £4, it'll give me 700 credits, so I can generate quite a few.
Yeah, I've got to work out all the fees again because I built the system in Your AI when I was playing around with that. And the stuff in Your PCM, the AI tab in Your PCM is actually Your AI, but I took out the tokens, but I can put them back in. I only commented out the code, so there's no reason I can't put it all back in again. But I need to work out. So like, doing a text generation, 1 token, not a problem. But, with images, it'll have to be 2 or 3, that sort of thing. So just got to work it out. I've got to get through this heat, and then I can start doing some coding again, because my coder girl doesn't like heat.
Your
She refuses to write code when it's too hot.
brain stops working properly.
Yeah, well, it does. It literally is the problem. I mean, it's
Yeah.
already 29 degrees in my office.
Yeah. I found the same thing. I do my best work in the cool, which is in the mornings, because the sun's somewhere else. Well, it's still up there, but it's it's not coming through the window.
Yeah, the sun's in a different part of my house in the morning, which is
Yeah.
fine. But in the afternoon, it's over here beating down on my windows and my office wall.
Yeah.
And it's too hot. It really is. So.
Okay. There's 11 Labs. Anybody use that? I started using 11 Labs. It's for audio generation, but again, they're quite generous with their free stuff. So if you want text to speech, it probably won't work as well as what you were. It's not text to speech, was it? You were just transcribing, Dave. But TurboScribe, wasn't it? I must look at that, because it's because then there's nothing stopping you. Once you've got that transcription, you can load that into Notebook LLM and extract a summary, or or just paste it into ChatGPT and get a summary, or question it with there, or take out action points or something. I know, like, does Firefly do that for you anyway? Does it, Andy? Does it give you action?
Yeah, it does. It gives you all the actions and stuff, and you can search for things within it. So you can search for certain words, and then you can jump straight to that part of the video or the text, etc. as well. So yeah, it does actions for different people. You can have it automatically go out to other people if you want to. I think it wasn't the cheapest. I think it was about 200 a year or something.
Yeah, because I had a Zoom conversation with someone who it wasn't Fireflies, it was something similar, but I was quite impressed with the way that it emailed me straight after the meeting with all the things on the summary of what he said and the summary of what I said, and what's going to happen next, and when the next meeting is, and all these other things, So so I think it's really useful. So it's
I mean, the guy I was on a podcast, listening to a podcast, the guy who set up Lindy, and he was talking about how it does absolutely everything, the whole make type string things together. It just accesses absolutely everything to do with him and his business and life, and very clever stuff that you can do.
Okay, right, it's 11 o'clock. I've got another Zoom. Which I don't want to do, but I've got to. So it's it's with one of my clients. So thanks for coming along today. We'll do sort of both meetings again next week. We'll try and find some more stuff. That's great. And if anyone's got anything they want to talk about, anything they're using, sort of drop me a note or something, drop me a WhatsApp, and we'll schedule it in.
Thanks, David.
All right. Thanks, guys.
David. See you, everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye.
See ya.